Hello my fellow gamers and welcome back to my next episode of Starcraft 2 Gold League. My name is Shadow and I'll be playing in the top right of Proxima Station. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's going to be a bad episode for pronunciation for names today. So I'm the red Zerg in the top right corner and my opposition in the bottom left corner is Archeret. I believe that's how you pronounce it, as the blue Zerg. So this is probably going to be one of my final games in Gold League. Hopefully I'll get pushed down to silver where I should be. But this one is quite an interesting game because it seems to be someone who's just a bit higher than me. So it ends up being a bit more of an equal game, which is quite interesting. He's got a drone going off now. Not sure where he's going. I assume to expand. Yeah, he's got his minerals lined up. And I've got mine at the exact same time. That's very good. Well done, Shadow. But that's what I'm doing now. I've got to remember, I'm the one with the red. Yep, red, blue. So I'm actually a little bit ahead of him in regards to drones. Once again, I'm trying the tactic of just drone up, drone up, drone up. And funny enough, so does he. He gets his first extractor going. I've got an overlord going. Because I don't want to be supply capped. Because that's a horrible, horrible thing. So he's now going for his spawning pool. But I am going for my third. So this is where we differ. He's gone quickly to get Zerglings on the field. And I'm like, nah, just drone up. Keep droning. I could get rushed, but it kind of worked last time, didn't it? Against that Terran. Now I've got my spawning pool up. And yet my tactic, he's got more workers than me. But then again, I'm going to have three bases worth of lava to be able to use. Yes, it's good replaying this one. We're quite along the same sort of lines. We go slightly differently, but it's a bit more of an equal game. So he's now got his queen spawning. I believe it's second up and running. Yes, it is. So he's already started that droning. How about mine? How am I doing? Oh, I've got mine going as well. Got about equal number of workers. That one's nearly complete. He's getting his first Zerglings. I'm just focusing on getting some queens out. Queens and drones is my thing. He's getting Zergling speed as well. Let's not forget to mention that. Because that... Oh, and he's got a roach rolling coming down. So you can see he's taking up quite fast. What I'm focusing on... Oh, and there's another extractor. Getting the bases up. Getting the hives up. And hatchery, sorry. I'm focusing on that. Got an overlord being attacked by a queen here. And this is the most excitement we have for now. So let's just watch intently. What a mess. Oh, look, battlecruiser on fire. Things going well down there too. Anyway, where were we? That's it. So I believe I've now got some of my own Zerglings, but again, I'm more droning up. How are we doing on the Zergling count? 10 to me, 12 to him. I've got 3 queens to his 2. And, oh good, I was worried for a moment that wasn't producing. Oh, we've got a little bit of a probe going on here, but I am on the home ground, so it should be in my favour. Yeah. He's got roaches on the build, and he's expanded to his third as well. So, noticing that he's got these Zerglings outside my base, I thought I'll get a couple of spine crawlers and this little bit of a choke point here. Well, I continue droning up and getting 16 more Zerglings. He's getting more roaches, so he's getting more advanced stuff. But I thought, why don't I try just going mass Zerglings? And we're going to see how that goes. But he's taking up and got no guys working there at the minute. See how many he's got there. He's only got 3 there. Worker count. Whoa, hugely in my favour, the work count. And what I don't think he noticed was I had my overlord sat on top of his Zergling, so I knew what was going on there. Spine crawlers are down. I believe I've got Vespian. Yep, the extractors are ready in the rear bases because I thought best protection. Oh, and I've got these two going as well. This one side, I've got more Zerglings than him, and decide to just take that force out piecemeal. This is when he takes up to there, and is getting a Baneling nest. For those who know about Starcraft, Zerglings and Banelings, I think you can tell when this game's going. But let's continue on. So at the moment, not quite sure what I'm doing. Why have I got over 1,000 resources and not but 8 workers and a lot of Zerglings? But I'm not really teching up. Just a bit concerning. There we go, getting a couple more. Yep, going up to there. Get even more Zerglings. Got 32, but apparently I need 16 more. Here we go. So that gives me 48 Zerglings to work with. No Zergling speed yet, though. I don't believe there isn't. No, he's only one with Zergling speed. What's he doing? He's just upgrading his lair. I mean, look, I'm not the only one who's floating resources in this game. And we do this a lot, both of us. That's why I felt a bit better about this one. Oh, he's getting, I believe, is that Corruptor? No, Ravager. Where did I get Corruptor from? Those are the flying ones, aren't they? He's now getting Ravagers for his roaches. I'm getting an evolution chamber, so you'd think, oh, maybe he's going for something clever here. Tech up a bit. No, got another 10 workers. I've got 50 workers. I'm really happy with how I'm getting on top of all my worker count. Yeah, I'm nearly doubling the number of workers he has. It's brilliant. The map, and yeah, I'm sort of keeping on top. I'm finally getting Zergling speed. The evolution chamber's done, and I've got an infestation pit building. Meanwhile, he's building up his roaches and Ravagers right there. Shadow, it's right there. Ravagers, roaches, and Ravagers. Getting a nice count on that. He's producing more Zerglings as well. See how he's doing it. He's only got 3. He's barely. I mean, this drone's not doing anything here. It's not brilliant. And he's on this one. He's got quite a few, yeah. More queens. He's getting roach speed on the way. Oh, he's checking to see if I've got the gold, which I don't. Me. More Zerglings. And Zergling speed's nearly done. But, I mean, look at the resources. We're both. I mean, I'm terrible. Why am I not building roaches? I mean, heck, forget roaches. Let's go Hydras. The Hydras would muscless. They've upgrades. And he's producing more guys behind this. While I'm just floating nearly 2,000 of every resource. I'm sorry, internet. There we go. I'll spend 36 Zerglings, and it's barely touched the resource. There he goes. What I do is I let him in, and then I come up behind him. Unfortunately, the Zergling speed done. It is now. Pretty much destroys my base, kills my queen, but the Zerglings, their speed comes stupid in. I've got even more coming in. Tries to do a blast, kills a couple on the outside. Look, he decides to go Ravager cocooned in there. Don't help him. So I thought, I know I'll counter-attack with my 71 Zerglings. And I'm building even more. But the thing is, I mean, I've got an infestation pit. Why am I not going Hive? I think I was partly thinking maybe go Ultra. Oh, we've got Banelings. Oh, dear. No, Shadow, no. Oh, my. Oh, dear. At this point, I go, right, we'll leave those. He's got even more coming in. I'll try and go for the workers. But I remember the whole, oh, yeah, it'll go for them first, not for the drones. But I try anyway. Of course, it just goes for the Zerglings, so. As you can see, look at us. 3,000! Oh, my. Why? At this point, I wasn't microing these. You can tell. They're attacking. I mean, why? What am I doing? Getting a few of his drones down, getting his drone count down a little bit, but what am I? What am I don't know, but in the meantime, I'm upgrading my close combat weapons. I'm getting overloads. I'm getting obviously more Zerglings, but I'm also building a secret base down here. Oh, and we've got another one by here where I just killed a load of his drones. Look how many, 24 to my 58 workers. My income's huge. And I'm not spending it. These guys are chasing me off, making sure I don't come back. It's just Shadow. What are you going to do with all this money? 4,000! 50,000 min. I just spent 500 to get 30 Zerglings. But it's like, Shadow, tech up. Go to Hive. Go to do something. Nope. You just want to produce more Zerglings? Okay. I feel that if I had teched up to, say, Hydra. Go to Hydra. You know, if I want Zerglings, fair enough. I could use them as cannon fodder in front of... Oh, got another evolution chamber for some reason. Get Zerglings to take out the Banelings and that, and then get Hydras, or... I got the Infestor Pit to go to... Oh, I'm finally moving up to Hive. And I think the plan was to go Ultralisk, go Zerg Ultralisk. But I've left it way too long. I mean, look at the resources. I could have done this 5 minutes... Well, 3-4 minutes ago. At the moment now, I'm producing the arm upgrade. More Queens. Got 20 more Zerg... 26... Well, 36 more Zerglings now. The Hive... He's trying to get his workers up, but I'm doubling his. And I've got a bigger army than him. Let's look at units. 56 Zerglings and 2 Rotors and 8 Banelings to my 91 Zerglings. But he's got Banelings. Those Banelings just send in a handful and they could destroy everything. Here I go. I send in my massive force, and no, there's Banelings in there. That's not good. So we do a bit of hit and run. Well, I'll try to get his Zerglings. Obviously, without Baneling speed, I could take on his Zerglings. About the Banelings getting involved. Kill a few, get a few. As you can see, we're just building lots of Zerglings at this point. But we're both doing bad. But mine's a joke, absolute joke. I mean, what am I doing? I'm producing armor. I'm microing these, but I'm not building anything behind it. No tech, nothing. I mean, I've got this working nicely, but what are you doing, Shadow? I've got 109 Zerglings at this point. He has, is that 12 Banelings? And 20 more. Now I see that he's doing this. It's like, I can't let him do this. So I believe I charge everything in. Problem is, all his Banelings are at the front. Oh my, and then the Banelings get formed and just eat everything. And I've now got nothing. I've got my 60 workers, yay! But that's not going to stop. 61 Zerg, 21 Banelings and Roaches and Ravagers. And that's when I throw in the towel and GG, because I couldn't believe that 5,000 of every resource. I mean, yeah, I'm upgrading stuff. As you can see in the top left, just before it came up, I was upgrading stuff, but I was just doing Zerglings. I wasn't doing anything. And as you see, he went Baneling. So if I had Hydras and upgraded them, they could have probably shot the Banelings because they hadn't had the speed. I could have probably shot them out before they reached me. And the ones that did reach me, that's when I could have thrown my Zerglings in, just as a cheap throw them away, because I had so much more resources than him. But never mind, as you can see, amateur mistake, to be honest. Amateur mistake, though. That doesn't take the victory away from Archeret. Or Arch, I'll just call him, that'll be easier. He done good. I mean, as you can see, he's got nearly 2,000 minerals himself, but he upgraded, he spent more, he got more units, he got better units, and he maximised using them, while I kind of just, Whoops. Anyways, so we'll leave it there. Hopefully we'll get an episode where I actually win and learn from all my mistakes. But it seems to be, I learn from one, then make another. So eventually, maybe when I get pushed down to silver, I'll suddenly know what I'm doing and I'll start getting wins. We can only hope. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff. And yeah, see you next time. Till then, take care.